Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a bit of a surprise for myself. Obviously I know what it is, so it's not that much of a surprise, but I haven't looked at it yet. It's something we don't normally have on the channel, but it's something that's got wheels and an engine. So if it's got wheels and an engine, I like it. This is the first motorbike I ever had, or the same as the first motorbike I ever had. It's a 125, but I've been looking for one for years. They're very, very rare. So this is the first look. It was delivered to the shop while I've been away the weekend, and my dad took delivery and put it in the shop. I haven't looked at it. It is a project. It does need work, which is like what we normally buy. But it's just something, nostalgia, you know, from my youth. When I was 17, 18, I had a 125. So let's have a look around it. If it's something you don't like, don't unsubscribe, because we're still going to be doing the Land Rovers, we're still going to be doing the campers, we're still going to be doing the Bentley and all the other bits that people like. But this is just something a little bit different. Alright, so I can see its front wheel peeking out from around that corner. But the first thing I'm going to do is just put the other lights on. I don't want to look at it. I want to look at it in a bit. Let's put the LEDs on. So we've got a bit more light. And there's the front wheel. Can you tell what it might be? I mean, that is a big disc brake for a 125. Very big disc brake for a 125. As you can see. It has got an MOT on it. It's got the Brembo brake on there as well. So it's something quick, you would imagine. And this is what it is. Now it's been badly painted. Very badly painted. Yes, it's going to need a lot of work, and I did expect it to need a lot of work. But does anybody know what it is? There's no badges on it to tell you what it is. Apparently it runs and rides, but it's got a flat battery so it doesn't start, and it's only got one of these little piddly batteries on it. I'm strapped in there, but it is a Cagiva Super City. Now, it should have the generally these come, well, the one I had came with a Lucky Explorer or Lucky Strike, like you'd see on the bigger ones, like the Cagiva Elephants and all that sort of stuff. This one hasn't got any of that on there because it's been painted, so I'm going to paint it back white, put the Lucky Explorer stuff on there, make it look like it did. It's not actually exactly the same as the one I had when I was younger. I had the even rarer one, the Tomonarco, the N90, which was even rarer than the Super City, but it's so rare it's difficult to find. I did find one, but I wanted crazy money for it. It wasn't finished. This one I didn't get too bad. It is a two-stroke, so it'll be a bit poppy. It's got the twin exhausts there. Looks like we're going to need a rubber on the gear shifter at the bottom. The clutch apparently does work, as you can see, but it's the wrong clutch cable, but it looks like it works. Brake feels good. Does this brake feel good? Not really. So maybe we need a brake bleed on the rear brake. But yeah, Cagiva Super City. You can just see the elephant there showing that it is a Cagiva. This is the 7-speed, uses the Mito engine, so they've been known to hit 115 mile an hour and have over 30 brake horsepower, which for a 125 is really good. What I'm going to try and do is get it started. The screen is horrendously cracked, as you can see, so we're going to have to try and get one of them as well, or do something with that. I don't think we can actually do anything with it. I have seen people paint them. Maybe we'll paint that up, because the whole rest of the bike needs paint anyway. Front fairing's a bit loose, and it's supposed to have a piece along the bottom here that it's missing. Light's loose on the piece. The shocks don't feel like they've got any sort of leaking on there. Feel nice and dry. So them look alright. But yeah, let's see if we can get it running. Tyres look good. It's got the battle axe on there. Let's see if we can get it running. Let's get a battery to it. I don't know if it's 6 volts or 12 volts on these, to be honest with you. We're going to have a little look at this battery. It's under that cover there. I mean, it is a 12 volt. It's the tiniest 12 battery you've ever seen. We might have enough with some jump leads in one of our batteries that we've got here. A little 4 ampere 12 volt that is, tiny. You've got the shock on there as well. That's your fuel cut off. Tyres have got decent tread on there. It's been in the mud, but it's got decent tread on there. So yeah, that is it. We want to get it started and hear what it sounds like. Right, so first thing first, just got to get that off there. Have a look behind it. I can't get to the negative terminal on the battery. But yeah, I'm going to do a restoration on this. First, I'm just going to do a quick make it look better type restoration. Get out and use it. And then I'm going to do a maybe a full strip down, maybe do the frame. And obviously paint it and get it up into the colours that I want it in. When I was 17, 18, I also had the Lucky Strike leather jacket to match. And I had some red and white boots as well. So it would be nice to do all that again, because men are idiots. There's a little diddy back tray. Apparently it's got nothing at all in it. It's been held on with a belt. So let's see if we've got something that we can put on there that might start it. It's actually probably long enough for these to reach. So if we put that on there, get it off there, and put it on there. I'm hoping this does something. He did say that it would go off a bump start. So I'm hoping we've got some actual power. Oh yeah. Oh, that's hear and see light. So let's turn it off a sec. Let's get that on there. Right. Now, on. So we got ignition, all lights on. I don't know what that is, turn. Is that the indicator it's on? So, left indicators work. Right stays on at the back. It doesn't work at the front. So that's a bit of a weird one. So that's something to look at. High beam works, lights work. What's this? No idea. That's flash. That's engine stop. So I don't know where that is because it's all rubbed off. Let's make sure it's in neutral before we go starting it. I'm going to put this so you can see me. Right, hopefully you can see something. Let's try and get it into neutral. Pull the clutch in. Oh, there was neutral. There it is. Got nothing. So maybe the starter doesn't work. It's not even trying. Unless this button doesn't work. No. So we've got nothing. What that is. Oh, is that the one? That's the horn which also doesn't work. So this has got 3 months MOT left on it, I think. But it's obviously had a bit of a nothing happening since the MOT. Yeah, it did say a bump start. So maybe I should try and bump start it. I wonder if the starter's working. Let's have a quick investigation. So I've decided I'm going to bump it instead, just to make sure that it runs before I go investigating the electrics. Let's bump it and see if it'll go. Right, so we won't bump start either. She's not great. Did tell me that it bump start. I'm wondering if the fuel's turned on. I can't read anything. I think that says on there. Is that way or that way? Is that on or is that off? Let me get a light. So is the fuel on or off is the question. That's off, that's on, so it was off. So the fuel was switched off. So maybe we try bumping it again. I wish I could find the starter and put some power to that. Well, I've got no clue. Cars, yes, motorbikes now. So I'm gonna have to look into that. See where the starter is and getting some power to it. Okay. Right, after making sure the fuel's on and getting a bit of charge in the battery so it definitely lights up to show that the ignition's on, I've tried bumping it up and down the street. It almost went, but not quite. So I need to find out why the electric start isn't working, because I just want to obviously try and turn it over. So I'm going to put the battery on charge, and then I'm going to strip all this fairing off it, because it's all loose anyway. Look. Strip the fairing off it and look at the electric, see if I can see why the starter's not working. Because obviously I want it to start on the button, because I can't run down the street with it every time I want to use it. But it's a great looking bike. I'm happy with it. It just needs some work doing. Shame the screen's cracked. I see that in the pictures. I thought I might be able to just polish that screen up, but it's got a big crack in it that looks like it might have been glued back in. But this is what happens when you buy things without actually going and seeing them. Buying things blind will cause this to happen. So I'm going to take this fairing off and we'll see what's underneath it. I'm going to put the iron keys. There they are. So let's get this off. So I've got everyone out to get it free, but that one is stuck, it just spins. And this is the tank, the fuel tank. So that's a bit of a pisser because it's just spinning in there, and I don't know how to get to that. The bolt on the inside of that. Is it inside there? If it is, can I reach it? Can I see it? No. So yeah, that's a bit of a piss of that one, so I'm going to see if I can get that one out. But that's come off easy. It's given me access to the electric, so I can get the tester out and I can test what's going on in this area, and I'll get the battery on charge as well. So we get that going now. Right, them are definitely stuck. I've had some pliers down there holding some grips on the back of them. Just keep spinning. You can feel it spinning around and nothing you can do. So I've got a little Dremel with a little cutting disc on, and I'm going to cut a little groove in there because these do move about underneath. They're not super tight, so I'm going to do that. I think I'll put the lid back on there. I'm going to cut a groove in there and get it off like that. What I don't want to do is give her the fuel tank. There we go. I'm gonna have to do it that way. It's very close to coming past. Oh, I can see it all now. There we go, that's that, fair enough. And it hasn't really damaged it, it's just put a slit in there and that's that off. So now we can see it's a water cooled engine as well. So we can see the radiator there and we can start to see the electrics. So I'll get the other side off and then we can start to see all this round there, but then we can start testing it. I've got some lovely bungs to go in the ends and everything. It's going to look really nice when it's finished, but we'll get the other side off. I'll record that because it's exactly the same. So as with most fashion on 125, anyway, that side's off, but with 125s everything's cable tied on, because kids have had them for years, breaking them and not fixing them right. So the clocks are just cable tied on. You can see it running around there. Let's try and get in there and get it off. There we go. So that's the fixing for the clocks. So we can have a look at the back of the clocks. What we got plugged in. We'll unplug everything we can, and then we will see what we're doing with the electrics and test what works and what doesn't work. These was obviously told the clock's on, but we're going to fix all of that. We're going to hold it on well. We're going to make it work right. So yeah, we're starting to get there now. We're stripping it down nicely. Forks look good. So yeah, let's continue on and see what happens. Right people, so I've stripped it down, had a look at all the wiring. Where this comes into here, it comes out of there. I followed that down, and where that should run to is here to this starter solenoid here and plug in there. Now somebody had jumped it, they'd got it jumped across like so. Every time you turn the bike on, it just run, I would have thought. So I've took a live, I've put live and neutral on there. I've turned it on so it's on the thing down here. Oh, hang on, I've turned it off. That's on. So we should have, yeah, we've got lights down there. And then if we touch the starter down here now, see if we can get it. Thank the Lord it runs. So what that does show me is that there's something wrong with either the button, the starter solenoid, yeah, it's either the button or the starter solenoid or the cut-off. So that's going to be relatively simple to solve with either a new one of them or a new starter solenoid, and that should get it started but off the button. The other thing that doesn't work is the brake light. I mean, that's going to be one of the causes there, but also the rear brake doesn't work. Doesn't feel great, so that's probably going to have bled, might have pads in it, I don't know. The rear disc isn't looking too fresh, but we're going to have a look at that, take that brake off and have a look, and then give it a good clean up. Paint all these plastics, get it back to its lucky Explorer colours. I'm going to leave the wheels red. I think they would be black, would have been black I would have thought, but I like the red wheels, so as long as they're tidy up okay, I will leave them red. I'm going to polish the forks. We're going to look at that exhaust. We'll have to look at the leak in it, maybe get a new expansion chamber, see how much they are. I don't want to spend a great deal on it. We'll get all this off, maybe look at getting it powder coated, that, and whatever else needs to be powder coated and made it look nice, and we'll get some new nuts and bolts in it. But all I wanted to do today was get it started. Obviously I don't want to, it's come here sight unseen, just straight to me without me looking at it at all, so I needed to know that it runs, and it does run, but it's going to need some work, but I'm going to get through it quick like I do. Obviously the Land Rover's still being worked on, with Daddy's doing the majority of the work to that. The shop should be quieter simply because it is coming up to winter, so this should be a nice winter project to do. I'm going to get home because I told my wife I was only coming to collect the Defender and not messing about with 3 hours on this thing. But please like and subscribe. I know this isn't our normal stuff, but like I say, like and subscribe, and maybe this will be something that will be good for you to watch. But we'll continue with our old stuff. See you in the next one.